Places like the Chilcotin Ark Institute will most likely change who you are. It could take longer, but I started to feel my mind and body adapt to this mental and physical environment in a couple of days. I would say that this is a natural reaction, but it's a matter of choice, more specifically, a conscious choice. Here, outside stimulus are greatly reduced and its frequencies are more in tune with your wild side. This will create positive consequences that will impact you as a whole. The easiest to understand can be summed up as your strength. Back home, most people, including myself, are usually static. You may exercise for 1-2 times a day, but for the most part, we are either sitting or laying down. Your core isn't turning in any direction and your axis is in the same place all the time. While in any ranch like this, acting that way will only lead you to your demise. You are obligated to perform behaviors that contract and extend your muscles, all of them. Your blood flows through your body in higher speeds. You breathe and sweat more. You start being more active and notice that you can lift heavier and more awkward objects. You can walk for longer distances while going up a hill without losing your breath. You increase various pull and push movements. Your grip tightens up. All of this happens because from the moment you wake up, you actually start doing things that occur in the real world. This next example is tricky as they don't explain any of this in school like they should. Your body and brain get and use energy in different ways, but the outcomes that happen in our muscles and mind are quite similar. The fact that you are not consuming useless, negative, forgettable, and not very intelligent content from your phone, tablet, computer, or TV will free up so much space in your psyche. This will make you pay more attention and process outside and inside information with much more efficiency. Information like sounds, visions, feelings, inner thoughts or reflections, problems and how to solve them. You will end up creating or sharpening your neural pathways, which will make you feel less stressed, anxious, negative, pessimistic, judgmental, lazy, confused, ignorant, immature, confrontational, defensive, and so on. I could go on and on and on. Both of these impacts will change your personality, behaviors, and the way that you carry yourself now and in the future. You will become a more natural and wild you. This will surely make your life easier and allow you to be at peace. So far, my experience here has been filled with ups and downs. The downs are not negative, but overcoming problems and challenges as well as changing can be quite hard. They make you feel bad in a way. The ups are good and should be enjoyed, but you shouldn't live in them for long. This is because a down is waiting to happen when you least expect it, and going from 100 to 0 quickly isn't pleasant. I say that the downs aren't negative because I look at them as an opportunity to learn and improve. At least that's how I see it. I've been trying to practice that because it takes most of the so-called suffering from them. Each challenge or barrier that you find, they could take any way, shape or form, is a test in my opinion. It's a time where you can put the knowledge obtained from the last one in practice. This isn't easy. Doing it isn't easy. But being aware of it, it's even harder. That's why I come to places like this. They all contain lessons and help you get closer to noticing your patterns and thought processes. I feel like the Chilcotin Ark Institute and the life that you live on the ranch is like a surgery being performed on you without anesthesia. I mean, it's a good thing that will heal you and probably save you, but it's not going to feel nice. Good things take long to happen and they don't usually make you feel good during the process. Usually, you will hear this and feel scared, worried or sad, But if you want to live a wild life in contact with nature, you gotta understand what it takes as soon as possible. The end product of the famous wilderness is beautiful and seems perfect, but to get there it's a different game. There's constant battles, conflicts, shocks, fights, changes, and even death. Death is an interesting one. I look at it from the viewpoint of how life stages affect your personality, behavior, and demeanor. Here, you realize that to get to the point where you're at peace and unattached from societal pressures, you have to move on from your comfortable, modernized, urbanized you. I had a vision a couple of days ago that I felt like sharing. It's just a small sentence, but I think it pretty much sums up my experience here so far. I had it in a cold morning on my way to chase down the horses to the corral. It was still kind of dark, and I still didn't feel comfortable around the horses. Live a life that's good and not one that makes you feel good. If I ever write a book, this will be the title of it. I guess you should aim to live a life where you're productive and do things that have an actual impact around you, not one where you always give way to being happy and satisfied. That will only lead you to a dead-end street, a street that doesn't continue and that will make you turn back.